Again, everybody, thanks for coming out. We've got one more group for you tonight. The group you're going to hear from next is coined Studio Jazz. And as somebody who is new to Redmond this year, and this being my first year in the position, coming in and hearing about the kind of makeup and the history of this ensemble was really kind of intriguing and something that is really unique to Redmond High School. This idea, this ensemble is sort of kind of a tribute in a way to Andy Robertson. This ensemble was his brainchild along with his colleague Paula Ferguson at the time. And we are really honored to continue on this really, again, unique and awesome tradition for jazz to happen with strings. There's a lot of music written for this type of ensemble, especially from the 20th century and going into the 21st century. And the first piece you're going to hear tonight is called I Only Have Eyes for You. This is in the 1940s. Big bands had kind of reached the peak of their popularity. People were dancing and swinging in the 30s, and then the 40s came and people became kind of a little bit less interested in jazz as rock and roll was starting to come onto the scene. And in an effort to keep jazz's popularity alive, the producer Norman Granz got together with famous jazz singer Ella Fitzgerald and came up with the idea to record these songs that many people knew. A lot of them were Tin Pan Alley songs, or songs from old musicals, or musicals that were kind of new in the 40s and even in the 50s. And these were eventually kind of called the Great American Songbook Recordings. And so if you search on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you use, and you search Ella Fitzgerald sings Richard Rogers, for example, there's a whole album of Ella Fitzgerald singing Richard Rogers songs. And then there's a whole album of Ella Fitzgerald singing Nelson Riddle songs. And that's where this chart that you're going to hear comes from. It's a lift off of that album of Ella Fitzgerald's recording of I Only Have Eyes for You. And performing the role of Ella Fitzgerald tonight will be Chloe G.